My name is Mark Conte. I am a postgraduate student in Green Business Management at Seneca College in Toronto, and I will be interviewing Gary Johnson, Professor of Energy, Ecology, and Green Buildings.
The roles of the colleges are primarily in orthopraxis, it's right action. And so the research that we're involved in tends to be applied research. My focus has been more on how do we operationalize, how do we realize the changes that are required in the environment and in our actions in the environment. So particularly I've been focused on the role of buildings in the climate change picture, and more specifically the role of those who operate and manage buildings. The most current information that's coming back from the UN would seem to indicate that the building sector is indeed the biggest lever that we have to address the climate change issues. The people that are responsible for those buildings, those that have their hand on that lever, are the building operators and building managers. So most of the effort that we have in our area in the Center for the Built Environment is about the training of building operations and building management staff to more efficiently manage the environmental and energy impacts of the operation of those buildings. This is not just the students that come in for daytime programs, but it's programs that are delivered in a number of modalities in Canada, from the Pacific to the Atlantic and to the Arctic, and delivered in a variety of different climate zones to small groups that are actively involved in management and operation of buildings, all the way through to those who are looking to enter into that field coming out of either high school or of university.
Can you tell us what you feel is the greatest climate change crisis facing us today?
I think most people will tell you about rising sea levels and issues around urbanization and transportation particularly. They'll talk about India and China and the growth that's there. My take on it is that the greatest challenge we face is human behavior. That the requirement to change our behaviors is something that as a people we haven't been very good at. And the solution to the climate change issue goes beyond technology, but goes into the realm of assisting people to both be in awareness of the environmental and energy impacts of their decisions, and to use that awareness to move them to change. That, for me, is the greatest challenge. It's motivating the change in human behavior.
And on a final note, what then would be your key message that you would give for the delegates listening to this?
Matthew Kelly, someone I admire very well, wrote that you can't get through a no unless you have a bigger yes. Because changing our behaviors means saying no to a number of the ways that we have wasted energy and we have polluted our environment in the past. Because that saying of no is difficult to get through, the greatest challenge is to discover what is the bigger yes across cultures and across countries. It's not just economics, it's not just altruism. There has to be a personal, connected yes that will be the root, the anchor that people can use to change their behaviors.